Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Elilia Nindy Prastika, a student at the State University of Jakarta 2018 Business Education Study Program. On this occasion, I would like to present the contents of my research, where I will explain in its entirety from my research. First of all, I would like to thank my supervisor who has helped me during the process of writing my thesis, namely to Lecture Supervisor 1 is Dr. Osly Usman M.Bus, Lecture Supervisor 2 is Shandy Aditya BIP MPBS. Alright, let's jump right into the explanation. The title of my research is Analysis of Service Quality, Perceived Value, Customer Satisfaction with Behavioral Intention on OJEK Online. Chapter 1 Introduction. The background of this research is a drastic change in consumer behavioral intention, namely changing self-view towards the use of transportation service, where the change that occurred result in negative social impact. That negative impact cause is to change the mindset of customer to switch from using conventional motorcycle taxis to online motorcycle taxis. It can be noted that on average people in Indonesia tend to be consumptive and technological development that occur make people admit that they feel safe and comfortable by using on-demand application. By looking at the exciting phenomena, the research want to conduct research on consumers who use online motorcycle taxi transportation service. That is by looking at the quality of service, perceived value, and customer satisfaction so that it leads to change in customer behavioral intention. Problem formulation including 1. Can service quality affect customer satisfaction? 2. Can perceived value affect customer satisfaction? 3. Can customer satisfaction affect behavioral intention? 4. Can service quality affect behavioral intention? 5. Can perceived value affect behavioral intention? 6. Can customer satisfaction mediate the relationship between service quality and behavioral intention? 7. Can customer satisfaction mediate the relationship between perceived value and behavioral intention? Research objective including 1. To find out service quality can affect customer satisfaction. 2. To find out the perceived value can affect customer satisfaction. 3. To find out customer satisfaction can affect behavioral intention. 4. To find out service quality can affect behavioral intention. 5. To find out perceived value can affect behavioral intention. 6. To find out customer satisfaction can mediate the relationship between service quality and behavioral intention. 7. To find out customer satisfaction can mediate the relationship between perceived value and behavioral intention. The benefit of this research are can increase the insight of understanding for research, can be used as a scientific reference by students, and can add and broaden scientific knowledge for readers. For the chapter 2 literature review on the supporting theory as follows. Service quality, Bhakti et al. 2012 argues that service quality is defined as a measure of how well the service provided to consumer who use a particular service is by providing in accordance with consumer needs so that consumer expectation or desire can be consistently met. Meanwhile, according to Kim et al. 2014, service quality is positioning oneself as a consumer by creating an overall impression of the origin of inferiority or superiority that comes from the service itself. There are 5 dimensions for service quality according to Babadi et al. 2015, which consists of reliability, insurance, tangibility, empathy, and responsiveness. Perceived value, according to the opinion of Asraf et al. 2018, state the perceived value is an overall assessment of the customer with the suitability of the customer expectation or desire for the service over. Meanwhile, Yang 2013 defined perceived value as an expression for consumer in the form of behavior after getting service. There are three dimensions for perceived value according to Jean et al. 2015, which consists of emotional value, functional value, and social value. Customer satisfaction, according to Bhakti et al. 2012, define customer satisfaction as a cumulative construct that is influenced by the suitability of expectation and also perception of performance, including the influence of satisfaction on perceived experience from period to period. Manually et al. 2019 state that customer satisfaction areas from the real experience of customer and leads to feeling and emotion from the hurts of consumer after interaction with a service. There are three dimensions for customization according to N et al. 2019, which consists of positiveness, happiness, and trust. Behavioral intention, according to Bhakti et al. 2012, occurs that behavioral intention is a very important determining factor in the form of a person's behavior. Meanwhile, according to An et al. 2019, define behavioral intention as behavioral in the future that has been prearranged by the individual. There are two dimensions for behavioral intention according to Bing and Mo 2012 2020, which consists of repurchasing and word of mouth. Hypothesis development including Hypothesis 1, service quality will affect the customer satisfaction to OJEK online transportation. Hypothesis 2, perceived value will affect the customer satisfaction to OJEK online transportation. Hypothesis 3, customer satisfaction will affect behavioral intention to OJEK online transportation. Hypothesis 4, service quality will affect behavioral intention to OJEK online transportation. Hypothesis 5, perceived value will affect behavioral intention to OJEK online transportation. Hypothesis 6, customer satisfaction mediate the relationship between service quality which behavioral intention to OJEK online transportation. Hypothesis 7, customer satisfaction mediate the relationship between perceived value with behavioral intention to OJEK online transportation. Under Chapter 3, Research Methods, research time is starting in February 2022 until July 2022. The research sites are consumers who live in the Greater Jakarta area, which is aimed at consumers who have used online motorcycle taxi transportation service on the Grab application at least twice in the last 1 year. Research design using quantitative and survey research methods. Population consumer living in Greater Jakarta will have used Grab as an online motorcycle taxi. Sample purposive sampling technique, data collection technique, namely primary data and secondary data. Enter the discussion of instrument development, behavioral intention, conceptual definition. Behavioral intention are behavioral that are contained by consumer after using certain service or product where this behavior can in it the form of a consumer decide to use it again or not depending on the service or product provided. Even consumer can retell their previous experience to others according to opinion after using the service or product. Dimension repurchasing and word of mouth. Service quality conceptual definition. Service quality is a measure of the level of service provided to consumer where the service provided are considered to be able to meet consumer needs and are in accordance with consumer expectation or desire for certain service or product. Dimension reliability, assurance, tangibility, empathy, and responsiveness. Perceived value conceptual definition. Perceived value is the opinion of customer on the perceived value of service or product that are present to consumer, namely with an assessment on the basis of a comparison between the benefit and cost incurred by consumer to use certain service or product as expected or not. Dimension, emotional value, functional value, and social value. Customer satisfaction conceptual definition. Customer satisfaction is an expression of feeling from consumer towards service or product that have been perfectly provided with assessment of consumer perception of the experience felt on the performance of certain service or product that can be in accordance with the wishes or expectation of consumer dimension, positiveness, happiness, and trust. For data analysis technique using Likert scale, validity test, reliability test, normality test, and goodness of fit. All of these tests use almost same analysis. Hypothesis testing is done by looking at the value of the shear and p-value, and for testing the mediate hypothesis using the bootstrap test, it can be seen in the standardized indirect effect using the bootstrap test. For the chapter 4, result and discussion, the description of the data description is as follows. For descriptive analysis of respondent, a total of 200 questionnaires were returned and received, which can be said to be 100% none of the data was damaged. Description of answer service quality variable overall average service quality in the agreed category of the total 5 indicator on the service quality variable, the one which the highest average level is x3 and the low average is x4. Description of the answer variable percent value overall average percent value in the agreed category of the total 5 indicator on the set on the percent value, the highest average level is x10 and the low average is x9. Description of answer variable customer satisfaction average overall customer satisfaction in the agreed category of the total 5 indicator on the customer satisfaction variable. The highest level average is x12, x11, and the low average is x15. Description of answer for behavioral intention variable, the overall average behavioral intention in the agreed category of the total 5 indicator on this behavioral intention variable. The highest average level is x19 and the low average is 17. For the research results, the validity test with the construct validity test is said to be significant to meet the criteria. The reliability test in this study can be said to be reliable because it has met the criteria. Enter the structural model analysis, which can be seen in the figure, which show that the model is fit, that is, it meets the goodness of fit criteria. Entering the normality test, which can be seen that it is still not fulfilled because of the absence of conformity with the criteria. However, it can be fixed by using bootstrap test. The results are said to be good if the results of the bootstrap test are still the same as the initial full model, namely meeting the goodness of fit criteria. Entering the bootstrap test, the picture shows that the probability value is in accordance with the goodness of fit criteria. The results of this study indicate that it has met the goodness of fit criteria, meaning that it is fit and can carry out further analysis. The results of the hypothesis test show that service quality on customer satisfaction shows significant results. Perceived value on customer satisfaction show insignificant results. Customer satisfaction on their presentation show insignificant results. Service quality on their presentation show insignificant results. And perceived value on their presentation show insignificant results. And the bootstrap test results show that a result of mediation, namely significant customer satisfaction, is acting as a variable that mediates the perceived value variable on the bare foundation variable. Significant customer satisfaction, which acts as a variable that mediates the service quality variable on the bare foundation variable. For the chapter 5 closing, conclusion, high service quality will create a sense of customer satisfaction because it is considered to be able to fulfill customer desire well. A low perceived value will create a sense of customer satisfaction with a low level because it is considered not able to fulfill customer desire properly. Low customer satisfaction will create a low level of customer behavioral intention because it is considered not able to fulfill customer desire properly. Low service quality will create a low level of customer behavioral intention because it is considered not able to fulfill customer desire properly. A low perceived value will create a low level of customer behavioral intention because it is considered not able to fulfill customer desire properly. Perceived value by consumer, the higher the behavioral intention after using the service, namely on the basis of being influenced perversely because of the emergence of customer satisfaction, which is considered very good with the service provided. The service quality perceived by consumer, the higher the behavioral intention after using the service, namely on the basis of being influenced perversely because of the emergence of customer satisfaction, which is considered very good with the service provided. In the implication section, it is explaining as follows. Service quality, the X3 indicator is the highest score, meaning that consumers have no difficulty using the Grab online motorcycle taxi application. The X4 indicator is the low score, meaning that consumers have different experience in using online motorcycle taxi, meaning that not every driver they get has a good attitude. Perceived value, the X10 indicator is the highest score, meaning that consumers will use the online motorcycle taxi application feel the same way, which is they judge this application is very useful in their daily activities. The X9 indicator is the low score, meaning that every day the online motorcycle taxi application is in accordance with the cost incurred, meaning that the promos given in the application are not always the same and sometimes there are no promos given. Customer satisfaction, the X12 indicator is the highest score, meaning that consumers really enjoy the transportation service provided by the Grab online motorcycle taxi application. The X15 indicator is the low score, meaning that customers who use the online motorcycle taxi application have a high trust in Grab and has the possibility that consumers can try other applications besides the Grab online motorcycle taxi application. Behavioral intention, the X19 indicator is the highest score, meaning that the average consumer after using online motorcycle taxi service will provide reference to the closet people to try using the Grab online motorcycle taxi application. The X17 indicator is the low score, meaning that not all consumers who have experience using the Grab online motorcycle taxi application will make it the main application for their daily activities because it is considered that there are still many other application options that can be tried. Entering the point of research limitation, the research only used three variables that affect behavioral intention. The sample used is only consumer who use the Grab online motorcycle taxi application in the Jabodetabek area, and online questionnaire survey have many drawbacks. The last part of the thesis is a recommendation for further research, where the company must have a great responsibility to the company he found. It is hoped that further research can conduct research using other variables. Alright, that's all the presentation of the research of my research, more or less I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.